willing to act fast. There was a time where taking the wait and see approach was okay.
Yeah.
These days, if you wait and see, you might be out of business.
All right, 2022, you want to become a millionaire, you need an empire mindset. Bedros, you ready to drop some thunder here on helping people build the right mindset for the future?
Yeah, man, the millionaire mindset for 2022.
All right, so let's go and talk about, what do you think are one or two of the top things somebody needs in their mindset, or the common attributes that a millionaire has and will really need in this, it's going to be a challenging year. It's going to have its ups and downs. So What do they need?
Yep, and every year has been challenging, but obviously we're going into a more challenging year because it's a bit unpredictable where we're headed since the wackiness of 2020. But the two things that really come to mind for me, one is be willing to act fast. There was a time where taking the wait and see approach was okay.
Yeah.
These days, if you wait and see, you might be out of business. If you wait and see, you might lose your shirt. If you wait and see, then the cryptocurrency prices will change very quickly. Yeah. Each time China makes an announcement, crypto prices go down. My son puts in more money in crypto, and he's doing well for himself.
And he's 16.
And he's 16. But
right. And those young kids go so fast. They know so much.
Exactly.
And if you don't get on the train, they're going to leave you behind.
And I think the reason for that, why, and that's such a great thing, right? Like, operate like a young kid where speed is not debilitating to you. And I realized why. They don't have as much FUD as older people do. FUD as in fear, uncertainty, and doubt. See, we've experienced fear, uncertainty, and doubt because when you've lived a life, you've experienced fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So the next time it's time to make a move, you slow down a bit because of fear, because of uncertainty and doubt. You hand rank, you think about it, you ask people's opinions, and then
you got less to lose when you're young. I mean,
exactly.
You don't fear that you're going to lose something.
Exactly. And so one, speed of implementation. Take action faster than you've ever have. And the second thing I would say is to create multiple income streams. Like if you have like only one or two income streams, I think you will sleep better at night knowing that you have multiple income streams, and if possible, from a variety of industries.
Yes, absolutely. One of the things that I've been really thinking about recently is like a 7-figure self-talk, because so many people have really bad self-talk, that I'll never be rich. The classics of money doesn't grow on trees, and I don't deserve money. Bad, rich people are bad, or just that they, I'm always late, or I'll never be able to do that, and they just have that self-talk that sends them down into self-sabotage. I bought this. Have you ever heard of this guy, Mike Cernovich?
No.
He's got a book called Guerrilla Mindset. I just bought it and started going through.
It's literally on my desk. Someone sent it to me.
Oh, cool.
Good book?
Yeah, I'm only a couple chapters in, but I read the guy's stuff on Twitter every day.
Okay.
And he's just down in Orange County. He's an interesting cat, and speaks the truth. Like he'll give you both sides of the argument, and doesn't seem to have a vested interest in anything. But he's got this book. He's sold a lot of copies of it, and chapter 2 is just, they really helped me, because there'll be days where the chapter is about reframing your self-talk in your head. And I find that there are days where it's like, man, I'm just so angry today. And I was like, obviously that's not going to be helpful to me. So right. I'm like reframing it. It's like, I'm so energetic about something. And just that has been helpful. I certainly haven't said anything about how angry I am. I'm just so mad at that person. Instead, it's like, I've got so much energy. I just got to go and put it into something else.
Yep.
And I believe it. You got to believe the reframe when you do it. But that reframing of the self-talk in your head, and again, if somebody out there says, I can never get up on time, I always hit snooze, or I can never be on time, if you say that, guess what's going to happen? All those things. But if you just reframe it like, hey, you know what? I wasn't on time today, but I'm learning to be on time. I'm getting better at this. And of course, you got to take the actions that move you ahead to it.
Yeah.
But that self-talk is so powerful in every area of life, and especially when it comes to making money. It kind of goes hand in hand with like embracing the suck and persistence, and obviously you're an expert in helping men through that. So why don't you talk about those two subjects for a second?
Well, so in terms of embracing the suck, I mean, it's just, we are designed to seek out comfort, right? It just makes sense. Like for survival, we want to seek out comfort and convenience. And today, more than ever, comfort and convenience is so easily accessible. I always imagine the caveman. The caveman was like, holy shit, it's raining. I need to find a cave, and then I need to just put my family in that cave. And then, for the sake of some comfort, if I could just find some dry wood and somehow manage to bring it into my cave without the fucking saber-toothed tiger attacking me, then I can light that wood on fire and have some warmth, have some heat, dry off our little fur that we're wearing. So that was how comfort showed up. And then convenience was, you know, hey, there's a river across the way, and so if I could just run and this little bucket that I made out of this hollowed out tree stump, it's convenient for me to bring a bucket of water instead of just like a handful of water, a bucket of water that'll get us through the night. So you got comfort and you got convenience, and that was about where it was. And you would maybe hunt food and you would pick food, and then you kind of rinse and repeat the next day. Do I have water? Do I have heat? Do I have food? Do I have shelter? And then all of a sudden, we're able to open up our iPhones and then pull up Instacart and say, all right, I not only want bananas, Ed, but I want bananas that are organic. And I want bananas that are organic, but I can scroll and I want green. No, I want yellow. No, I don't want yellow. I want just the right amount of brown spots. Did you know that? You can choose.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so then.
Here's how comfort I go. I outsource my Instacart to my assistant. I say, I want this, and this. And so I don't even know that.
Yeah, so your assistant if you wanted bananas that are just starting to get spotted where it's nice and ripe, you can order it that way.
Oh, okay.
But that level of comfort and convenience, or when you order your burrito from Primo's, El Primo's, with extra sauce, please, and then you're watching it on your goddamn phone. Oh, look at that! It's going down Chino Hills Parkway. It just made a right onto Peyton, and it's almost at Woodview. It's coming onto our street.
Your dasher has picked up the food.
We don't
your dasher
need
has left. Your
that
dasher
level
is
of
now on the way.
We don't need that level of comfort and convenience, and because of that, we've gotten so complacent. Comfort and convenience lead to complacency, and complacency, as we know, kills.
Yeah.
It kills motivation, inspiration, kills your health. We get fatter, you get slower, you get more lethargic, you lose motivation. And so we have to seek out discomfort intentionally. Discomfort used to be built into the caveman's life. It used to be built into even our grandparents' life, right? They would walk uphill both ways to work in the snow. Now work is at home on your iPhone while you're sitting on the pooper, and you're making millies. So all this to say that you've got to seek out discomfort. Otherwise, what ends up happening is you begin to atrophy your mental muscles, your emotional discipline muscles, your physical muscles, and soon you become the sloth-like thing that doesn't even have the shape of a human who has poor health. So, you know, embracing the suck and being able to seek out discomfort differentiates you from every other person in your area, in your community, in your industry that you're in, because most people are still actively looking for comfort and convenience, whereas if you are looking for discomfort regularly, you will be able to deal with the hard times that are inevitable to come, guaranteed. Like if you're experiencing a winning season right now, know that the losing season is around the corner. And if you're experiencing a losing season, the winning season is around the corner. But if the losing season is around the corner, well, motherfucker, you better be able to handle discomfort well, because when it gets uncomfortable, you're either going to run or you're going to stay and fight. And the people that thrive are the ones that stay and fight.
Yeah, so two things there. The people, you know, so sometimes I hear from people and it's just like, I just don't have the motivation to go and do things. Is that because they're just so much in the comfort zone? How do you shake somebody up to get them out of there?
Yeah. The pain is not great enough anymore, because even people that are like, what are they called? Like, is middle class? What's the class under that?
Like lower class?
Lower class. I don't know. Yeah, lower class or whatever. The work. I don't know what it's called, but whatever the lowest class is, still has it pretty good, man. Their toes aren't sticking out of their shoes. Like, remember, the lowest class before, they would go to sleep hungry.
Right.
Their toes were sticking out of their shoes. The lowest class these days just has last year's Jordans on. They have an iPhone 11 or 12, right? And so, truth is, most everybody is pretty darn comfy with where they're at.
Yeah.
And so the pain isn't great enough to create, you know what creates great motivation? Pain of losing, of sleeping in the streets, of losing shelter, pain of losing a loved one. Mm-hmm. When your loved one, his or her standards are so low that they'll accept you as the shitty human that you are, you have no reason to show up as the best person. to impress her or him. But if all of a sudden she raises her standards, you start feeling the pain and pressure of higher standards, and you're either going to shape up or you're going to have to ship out.
Got it.
And so motivation is directly tied to the amount of pain you're experiencing. And even the lowest class, financial class, or however you want to define people, life is still too good for them.
Yeah. And then the last thing is, like, talk about the persistence that people need to have. The way that I always describe it is, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to be successful, there's going to be days where your spouse hates you, your dog ran away, and someone punched you in the stomach, and you're going to have to show up and perform at a higher level than everybody in your company, because that's what you're supposed to do as the entrepreneur. And nobody's going to care about it, and no one wants to hear you whining or complaining, because you're the person who owns the company. So that's like the persistence that somebody has to have. How do you go and help them build that?
Yeah, well, I think persistence, again, is a byproduct of constantly pushing yourself through adversity. When you look at the level of depression that's out there today, and how 400% increase in medications that are prescribed to help people cope with depression, with anxiety, with overwhelm, yet the government's handing out money like it's going out of style. People are experiencing these things. Like, I do believe depression and anxiety is real. Hell, I've had an anxiety attack before. But I think like 99% of anxiety and depression that people are experiencing can be solved by constantly, one, having a great morning and evening routine that's designed to win. Two, having good, decent habits. And three, actually do hard shit so that you become a hard individual. And you will have persistence. Again, most people have just succumbed to complacency, comfort, convenience, and there is no place for persistence in that neck of the woods. There just isn't. But we are headed towards worse times, and sadly, it's going to take really bad times for people to realize how tough they are, how much persistence they have, how much resiliency and resourcefulness they're able to muster up. But when, again, the pain isn't great enough, why am I going to be persistent?
It's almost like we have to step back and become more wild. And,
yes.
And, you have to become more wild. You have to spend more time in nature. You have to spend more time suffering. You have to spend more time away from medications. You have to spend more time away from electronics.
Like, I don't know of any single person that did a really hard, tough workout, ran a tough marathon, did a really intense Spartan race or mud run, and then went, God, I feel horrible. Like, everyone's like, fucking A, man, I fucking crushed it. You show me one person who finishes something tough, even like when someone's in the, like one of my friends recently sold his business for big amounts of money, but it's been 3 years in the making. He was like, fucking A, like, even though it was 3 years of near divorce for him and lots of alcohol to cope with everything, he just stayed persistent in the outcome, and then he was like, bam, man, I feel like a fucking stud. I'm ready to take the next company to the moon. I'm like, you're not even gonna take a break? But that's what winning does. And I don't think, shout out to Tim Grover, by the way, winning, I don't think people are stacking wins anymore, not even tiny wins. They're just kind of mediocrely getting by, and so they forgot what winning feels like.
Yeah.
And when I win, the next win, I'm more persistent to get the next win.
Yeah, and winning brings good people into your life. And I think the last thing to add to this is, grow that network. You got to have more people on your side. The more people you know, I wouldn't say the easier everything is going to be, but the simpler. There's going to be more opportunity. And I know that you're having an event in January where you're going to bring people together, a mastermind or something like that. So tell people how they can grow their network by coming and hanging out at your event. Yeah,
so check this out, guys. On January 21st, I'm having my annual one-day mastermind. For anybody that wants to come, it's like $900, right? And I charge $100,000 for a year of coaching with me one-on-one, so you can imagine this is a pretty smoking deal. Now, our learning center can only hold 65 people, so we're more than half full, truth be told. But like there's a great opportunity to come and network with other like-minded people. Go to a event that Craig is hosting. Go to an event that someone is, like live events, conferences, seminars, mud runs, anywhere where the 1% is hanging out. Hell, anywhere where the 5% of society is hanging out. Places that you will find winners, you should be buying tickets to and access to, because you will end up building a relationship with someone who can then help you grow your net worth, right? It first starts off with like building a network of winners, and then soon a network of winners go, hey man, you and I are pretty sharp. Do you want to start a podcast together, a mastermind together, a business, a franchise, a supplement company together? And soon, like, you're an industry changer. Yeah. But if you're like sitting on the couch just liking all of their shit, but not following the dude in person, shaking hands, breaking bread, contributing, by asking questions at a live event, you are missing out, man. That network piece is monumental.
Yeah, it truly is a game changer in both your professional and personal life. So get out in 2022. Get out of your house, get out of your phone, and get into the real world.
What kind of socks are those? Those are beautiful socks.
These are Amazon special, like $12 for 20 pairs.
I love it. Very colorful, like you.
Yes. They're few will hunt. Get on these. Get on the sock game.
Those are not few will hunt socks. They are not.
They should be. All right. But get out of your house in 2022 and go see some people.
And with that, folks, we want to let you know that we love and appreciate when you take screenshots of these episodes and share it on social media and tag myself and Craig. So please go ahead and do that. Share this episode with your friends and family. And as always, leave us a 5-star review and a comment on YouTube and iTunes so that we can continue to reach and impact more people. We'll see you guys later.